because I didn't have any coffee filters.
Hey, welcome to Way Too News Music Hangouts. I'm Manjot Jawa. Today is Monday, May 12th, I think. I have no clue what time it is, and I have no clue what day it is. But that's okay, because it's Music Monday. Apparently it's Monday. I'm pretty sure it's Monday. Today, or tonight, actually, it's kind of confusing because I haven't done this at nighttime in a while. But tonight we're talking with Christian and Annalee of HOWLS about their new album coming out tomorrow. So it's really close, and it's actually quite amazing that we get to talk to them right before the day before. So, Christian and Annalee, how are you guys doing today?
Hi.
Hi, I'm good. Thank you.
Sweet.
How are you?
I am tired but good, as you probably heard when I was introducing you guys. I'm completely confused as to what day or time it is because summer just started for me and finished my second year of college. So I'm all over the place. But not about me. Today's about you guys, or tonight's about you guys. So why don't you go ahead and give us a little bit of an introduction about who you are, where you guys are from, and then tell us a little bit about HOWLS.
Okay.
You can go first.
Thank you.
You're from Michigan.
No, I'm from Massachusetts.
Oh, Massachusetts. I'm
See?
sorry.
She doesn't even know where I'm from.
Yeah.
I'm Christian. This is Anna. We're HOWLS. And we've been playing together for the last 3 or 4 years or so under different names and different combinations of lineups, and we've finally gotten it together and put it out as HOWLS, which it's supposed to come out tomorrow, and yeah.
Sweet.
And I'm
Go ahead.
Oh, I said I was from Portland, the rainy city.
Awesome. Well, Portland's kind of one of my bucket places to go, so that's kind of cool. So let's talk about how you guys got started. This is something that's been years in the making. Like you guys said, you guys were doing different projects off and on. Lonely Trees was one of them, and then something else, a lot of these different things. But how did HOWLS get started, and how did you start just focusing in on this music and this album?
I think it was when we finally had, like, how many songs? Like 20 songs that we had recorded and pretty much mastered, and then we were like, we should probably just share these songs, and we had to just figure out which songs were the best ones to do, and we had some help with that, and I think that's the way it really we just needed to get some of it out there, I think. We just kept writing and writing.
Yeah, I think that as far as the name HOWLS, like when that part of it actually started, was when we decided to stop trying to be a band so much and just focus more on getting the music out, because
Hello?
we changed the name and we changed the direction, like aesthetically, and that was when it became HOWLS. Yeah.
Awesome. I think we kind of broke up there for a second, but that's okay. I think we got the gist of that. If you don't mind, could you repeat that the last sentence that you just said? I think not sure if everyone heard it, but I had a little issue with hearing it. So.
It's probably the universe doing me a favor and muting me out when I sound like an idiot. So I don't remember. What was the last sentence I said?
I think you said... hard, actually. Were we muted again, hopefully?
I think you were. I think we might be having a little bit of an issue with that connection here, but we're going to go ahead and keep pushing on, because I think our stream is still going pretty well, and it looks like it's still live. So we'll just keep pushing on. If something happens, we can always talk again another time. So I apologize for the issues here. This normally doesn't happen with us, but you know, that's technology. It loves you one day and then it hates you another. So let's get. How did you guys get started with music? I want to like individually. How did you guys get started with music? Was it something you started doing early on as kids, or was it something you found later on in life?
It was early for me. Like I said, growing up in Portland, you're kind of stuck inside a lot, actually all the time, and so it was kind of a nice outlet for me to kind of not feel so, I don't know, not really depressed, but you know, just like I had nowhere to go outside. So I just started playing flute and just started singing, and I would sing in school and in the choir in school, and I just kind of loved it from the beginning, I guess.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing, really. I was an only child and an awkward child, and so I spent a lot of time indoors listening to records and you know, living in a fantasy land that revolved around music. I used to actually have entire plays that I would act out in my room. Have I told you this before?
I don't think so.
On Supertramp.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Supertramp?
Yeah.
No? Oh,
Yes.
you should check.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have this whole like one-man opera that went along to this Supertramp record that my dad gave me, and so yeah, I didn't have a lot of friends, and music was my friend.
That's a really nice story.
That's nice, and it's also very interesting. You'll have to, if we ever meet up, you'll have to actually act that out for me one day or something, or do something with that, because that sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe you could do it at the show.
Yeah, I could arrange a showing for you.
In some kind of cute outfit, you know.
Awesome. Well, I think that might actually answer like the last question that I have with the most interesting thing. So, but I think you'll have to do something else. Maybe answer that differently. But let's talk about the new album that's coming out tomorrow. So, what was it like actually working on the album? You know, you guys have said it was something that was years in the making. What were some of the most challenging parts of putting it together?
Ooh.
Sometimes just getting along and kind of moving forward. I think it's really easy. I don't know if this is what you think, but sometimes it's easy to get stuck on a certain part of a song, and you're just kind of like, I don't know, like you just can't finish it or something. That would be the hardest thing for me. Like, I like it when it just flows really, you know, like a good speed of just getting it done, and yeah.
Yeah, the record wasn't really done in one sitting, and I don't think we ever used the same formula, you know, more than once for the different songs. Like we tried many different approaches, like writing the song first and then recording it, writing it as we were recording it, and I think that we learned a lot. And so part of that was like that painful learning process, you know, that like, especially the way we did everything ourselves. Like we invested in our own studio and spent all the time learning how to use and operate this stuff, which is like totally against the musician mentality. I think like just that part alone was a bit of a challenge, you know. And so yeah, there was lots of different times that I think we had difficulty, but we always overcame it and just kind of like tried a different approach. Whenever we got stuck, we just would change it up, you know.
Yeah.
Sweet. And I know earlier we were talking when we were getting ready, we were talking about doing this yourself, and you know, this is something that we've heard a lot. Is that as musicians going into an album making process and doing it completely yourselves, it's very challenging. But it's especially challenging when you're you know completely by yourself and you're writing all these things, and there's so much that you have to put into it. In writing and composing and putting everything together, was there something that stood out to you guys? Like, was there a message that you wanted to convey with this album, or was it just something that kind of got a story together, or you know, what was the feeling around those songs and putting those together?
I wouldn't say that there was a feeling that we're trying to convey, because I feel like that if you're thinking that far ahead, you're almost kind of like getting in the way. Like my process and from what I've seen of Anna's process is to just create music and let the music dictate what is being said and the energy that it's putting out. You know, I would never try to go into it with that much planning. I think you would step on it.
Yeah, I agree. If you try too hard and you take it too seriously, maybe it's just kind of like you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So I noticed we were talking earlier. Obviously, we wanted to mention something, but behind you is your rehearsal studio, correct? And I was asking what kind of drums you had back there, because we wanted to get Chris into this. Chris is your drummer, and is he still there? Or is he still hiding from us?
He should play something. He has a really cute tank top on.
This is Chris. Hey. He's the third member of HOWLS.
Going on
the secret weapon.
So we were talking earlier, the secret weapon. Also, we were talking earlier about your drum set, and I was asking what kind of drum set you have. But since you're here, we might as well ask you, how did you get your start in music?
How did I get started with music? Well, my family, we're all, oh, thank you.
Please sit down.
Well, you know what, you sit down.
No, we'll share.
Okay, we'll share. Here.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, there you go. Musically, I came from a musical family, so there was, my father was a bass player, my mom was a singer, aunts, uncles were either drummers or guitar players, so I grew up with music as a child. Uncles like showing me all sorts of albums growing up, so music was always exposed to me as a kid. So I started playing drums maybe when I was like 10. So like from there on, I just started going at it. Got my hands on as much records as possible, and just kind of learned all that. Just kind of really got into what being a musician is all about. You know, just expressing your music. So
awesome. So to answer questions, what kind of drum set do you have back there? Because I know that was an unanswered question that we just left hanging there.
Well, that is a Ludwig aluminum. I'm not sure what year. It might be a 70s. Can you guys see that right there?
Yeah, it's a 70s aluminum Ludwig kit.
So with like mixed cymbals, there's like Heisty, which are not mine. But yeah, it's a Ludwig aluminum. Pretty loud.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Of course. Cool. Well, thank you for joining us. I know he was trying to hide back there, but we always like to introduce everyone, so it's cool to meet you. So, guys, what was it like? I know we talked about this earlier, but just putting together the album and making the music, was there something that stood out to you guys, or was there an interesting part in the process that was especially something that rings in your head, or is a memory that stands in your head, that stands out from all the rest of the process?
Anna?
Wait, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, definitely. So, in making the
He said, "Is there any?"
Yeah, in the process of making the album, was there anything that stood out, like a memory that stood out to you guys, that still stands out, that was like a defining moment or something?
For me, whenever, like, I know this sounds kind of weird and silly, but whenever I hear Christian's voice with mine, it's just kind of, it just kind of makes me feel like that's like the best thing for listening to HOWLS. I feel like it really, I don't know, I just think we sound really pretty together. As I guess that's the defining moment for me, so it's all about Christian. Yeah, it's always about Christian.
Awesome. So the new album comes out tomorrow. What do you guys, for the rest of 2014, what do you guys have planned? Do we have a tour coming up? Are you working on another album? Or is it just riding the wave of this and releasing it out and see what people are saying? And by the way, you guys do sound amazing together. I completely agree with that. So, yeah, but it's not just all about Christians. You guys all sound amazing together. So, just to mention that. But again, what do you guys have planned for the rest of this year coming forward? Or going forward?
I play as many shows in Los Angeles, as many good shows in Los Angeles as we can, and to tour the West Coast a little, and also to make a bunch of videos for the record. Our goal is to try to do a video for each song. And so we're working on that, and we're always working on new music and writing new stuff, and we would love to be able to put something out quickly, like an EP or something, to just, you know, keep the music coming out, because now that we've got the ball rolling, I think it's important for us to continue to build on it. You know, we've been building up to this first release for a long time, and now it would be good to continue to, you know, build on that.
Yep.
Awesome. So I think that wraps it up. We have one last question. We always ask this question of people that I interview, or at least that I interview. Can you tell us one interesting thing about yourself that most people wouldn't know? And it doesn't have to be super secretive or anything like that, but just something interesting. And Christian, I don't think. Well, okay. So you're.
Yeah,
I guess what you said earlier applies. So I guess you're good to go. So it's all Chris and Anna. It's up to you guys. So what do you guys have?
Well, I was thinking that maybe I could share Toothless with you, because it's really not that interesting. But can you see him?
I can see him.
I'm actually really, really in love with How to Train Your Dragon, that movie, and I don't. Have you seen it?
I have seen it. Are you excited for the second one that's coming out?
Yes, I can't wait to see it. And this is my second little guy that I've had. My son lost my other one. He was smaller and much cuter, and this is like a squishy one. And I really love Toothless. So that's the non-interesting thing about me.
Awesome.
How am I gonna beat that? Oh, I'm kind of a Batman freak, so I am
kind of.
Well, I'm not a total like comic book geek nerd, I guess, whatever the proper term is. But I do love Batman. I mean, I'm kind of a Batman freak.
Yeah.
So if I had the chance of being either Batman or a drummer, I always kind of lean towards Batman, you know. Like, so to this day, I still want to be Batman.
Nice.
Awesome. That's definitely, yes, definitely respectable. That's awesome. But we're glad you're a drummer and not Batman just yet. Not that you aren't Batman on the drums, I guess, if that's a term. But
maybe I should dress as Batman on the drums.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
that would be cool. Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to say to add before we finish off here?
I just think that what you're doing is amazing, and we need more people like you to keep the music alive and give people a reason to. You know, we don't have record stores anymore to go to and like study album covers, so maybe this is the new way to do that, and so thank you for participating in that. And
thank you, Manjot, for hanging out with us.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for actually making the music. I couldn't do anything if no one else was making great music to listen to, and that music that needs to be heard. So I wish you guys all the best in the new album that comes out tomorrow. I'm definitely getting a copy of it because I know I want it, and I know I want to listen to it over and over again. And I'm hoping that everyone else does too. And if you guys want to check out, we'll have links to the full stream and also some other stuff, and where you can buy on the post that comes out later this week, and descriptions and all that stuff in the YouTube video cool technology stuff. I just blurted out random things right there, but that's okay. Again, thank you guys for joining us. I hope you guys have a good night. I will chat for just a little bit afterwards, and also we'll go ahead and finish off, and then we'll chat for a little bit afterwards. So,
have a
awesome.
wonderful day.
Thanks.
Bye.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll be back again. I'm hoping a little later on Thursday we might have another hangout coming up with someone else, but I don't know yet. And if you guys are, just a quick tidbit, next week we're going to start doing Music Mondays, which I'll release posts about quick picks from new artists and stuff. And then the week before Free Press Summerfest, so I believe it's May 25th to the 30th or something, we have a special series of interviews coming up with Free Press artists that are going to be here in Houston for Free Press Summer Festival. So keep tuned and keep checking the Way Too Indie for that, and also tweets and all that stuff. So again, thank you all for joining us. Well, I'll see you next time.
Okay.
My bucket places to go, so that's kind of cool. So let's talk about how you guys got started. This is something that's been years in the making. Like you guys said, you guys were doing different projects off and on. Lonely Trees was one of them, and then something else, a lot of these different things. But how did HOWLS get started, and how did you start just focusing in on this music and this album?
I think it was when we finally had, like, how many songs? Like 20 songs that we had recorded and pretty much mastered, and then we were like, we should probably just share these songs, and we had to just figure out which.
I'm Christian. This is Anna. We're HOWLS, and we've been playing together for the last 3 or 4 years or so under different names and different combinations of lineups, and we've finally gotten it together and put it out as HOWLS, which it's supposed to come out tomorrow, and yeah.
Sweet.
And I'm
Go ahead.
Oh, I said I was from Portland, the rainy city.
Awesome. Well, Portland's kind of one of my...
Hi. Hi. I'm good. Thank you.
Sweet.
How are you?
I am tired but good, as you probably heard when I was introducing you guys. I'm completely confused as to what day or time it is because summer just started for me and finished my second year of college. So I'm all over the place. But not about me. Today's about you guys, or tonight's about you guys. So why don't you go ahead and give us a little bit of an introduction about who you are, where you guys are from, and then tell us a little bit about HOWLS.
Okay.
You can go first.
Thank you.
You're from Michigan.
No, I'm from Massachusetts.
Oh, Massachusetts. I'm
See?
sorry.
She doesn't even know where I'm from.
Yeah. Because I didn't have any coffee filters.
Hey, welcome to Way Too Indie's Music Hangouts. I'm Manjot Jawa. Today is Monday, May 12th, I think. I have no clue what time it is, and I have no clue what day it is. But that's okay, because it's Music Monday. Apparently it's Monday. I'm pretty sure it's Monday. Today, or tonight, actually, it's kind of confusing because I haven't done this at nighttime in a while. But tonight we're talking with Christian and Annalee of HOWLS about their new album coming out tomorrow. So it's really close, and it's actually quite amazing that we get to talk to them right before the day before. So, Christian and Annalee, how are you guys doing today?
Songs were the best ones to do, and we had some help with that. And I think that's the way it really we just needed to get some of it out there, I think. We just kept writing and writing.
Yeah, I think that as far as the name HOWLS, like when that part of it actually started, was when we decided to stop trying to be a band so much and just focus more on getting the music out, because